Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Go ahead, hit the like, hit the share. This video, we're going to timeline Azriel Clary. Now this one starts 2011. And we're going to go from 2011 to present. Now first let me say that I noticed somebody had access to this page 2018. And they went back and they hid some specific things as well as changing this profile picture. January 30th, 2018. But anyways, it would appear from her Facebook page that up until 2014, she was always performing, and it appeared that her parents were around. All the way down to 2011. So it's no question that this girl had dreams of being a singer. The question is, where did things go left? Let's go to this fan page. Clearly somebody has taken over again. Alright, so it stopped at 2014. But then picks back up 2018. We'll come back to that. And then they had to post February 2nd, 2019. We've been doing this music thing way before the sicko R. Kelly. The Clarys won't stop until you're home. Team Azriel for life. Promoting the surviving R. Kelly. October 24th, 2018. So somebody has control of this account. Even in the time period they claim Azriel is missing. But again, it stopped at 2014.
Azriel putting in work, no sleep over here. Got some new hot fire coming out for you guys, so be on the lookout.
She says, I'm still working hard for 2015.
It's Azriel, and I'm going to rock the national anthem for you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright
could tell, up until 2014, she was aggressively pursuing this career of hers. According to them, she was going to be a star without R. Kelly. So we need to figure out what happened. Oh, let's go on to her Twitter, because it becomes apparent in 2004 she gets her a boyfriend. Now, the first thing we're going to take note to is the last time she was on her Twitter was August 11th, 2015. Now, in 2015, she was allegedly 17 up until her 18th birthday, December. So if August 11th, 2015, she's 17, why is it already set up her account as an 18-year-old singer? Hashtag dream chaser. So let's go all the way down. So we're going to pick up at February 1st, 2015. And like most people, she was very active on Twitter. The first red flag about this relationship she has going on is you see jealousy instantly and constantly throughout the tweets. And if you go to the Facebook, you would see that somebody obviously was monitoring that. So was nobody paying attention to what was going on with her Twitter? Because I don't understand how these people didn't see this obvious problem brewing between these two teenagers. Crying out for attention, waiting for you to love me like dead as fuck. You could just see back and forth within this relationship. On his timeline, you see him calling her all kind of bitches. Then the next minute, referring to sexual innuendos. So it would imply that maybe they were sexually active in this relationship. So one would have to figure out, when did this alleged suicide take place? They all in love this day. Then not even 2 days later, only makes you cry when you know there's nothing you can do to hold on to him or keep him anymore. Just can't let you go. Falling apart. I don't even think you can fix this. Then you go on to his page and he's implying like she's flirting with other guys and cheating and all this extra stuff. But I guess the parents weren't paying attention to this. She's mentioning being in the studio. So let's fast forward. Let's go on to April. Because we already see she's going to concerts, front row and center. March. Did the parents take her to this event also? And then apparently she had a performance. Let's go on to April. April 2nd. Just wasting my time. You won't never change. So even in April, she still has this boyfriend. Aggravated and stressed, but I'll have better days. April 4th. I need to surround myself with new people. People that'll actually be there for me. 100. Where are your family that love you so much? That missed you so much when you were away? Where's your sister? April 4th. Tired of being second in your life when I've made you my everything. April 5th. She met Gabrielle Union, Fat Joe, El DeBarge. April 19th. She had a performance at a Fuego, Orlando, Club Fuego. On the same day, she tweets, R. Kelly gave me some black panties last night. But of course, if you go to that story, you can't see it. But let's pause right there. Let's pick it up with R. Kelly. So he performed in Orlando at the Funk Fest, April 18th, 2015. Now I was having a conversation with somebody who happened to been at that concert, and this is what they had to say in regards to the black panties.
I just don't understand how people can do people like that. You know what I'm saying? I see what they was talking about when she was at that. I guess Azriel was at that concert that night too, here in Orlando. But they told he threw panties at her on the stage or something. I said, well, hold on now, cause he was promoting his black tour, his Black Panties tour, and he throws panties on the stage at all the women's on the stage. I mean, out there in the audience, out there. My bad.
Yet the way she presented it, it would give a certain type of impression.
Exactly, cause honey, let me tell you, that night he was the last one to come on the stage. He was the last one to perform, my man. And honey, when he came out, all them ladies were hollering and screaming. And honey, the security guard, them ladies were trying to get on that stage, and the security guard was making sure nobody didn't get up there, honey. I'm telling you, I was there, cause I was hollering too. But I was there though, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So that's exactly how it happened. Azriel, you know, due to circumstances or whatever, we went to the concert, and she, you know, she loves music. I mean, because of course that's her thing.
So according to them, they went to the concert because Azriel was depressed, and this had to have been after she tried to commit suicide. Hold up. Back to the timeline. April 5th. She had a great night. She was with celebrities. Then she had a performance. Let's check it out. Let's check out the performance. Make sure we ain't tripping. So this published on April 12th, 2015. When did she try to commit suicide? And if she had committed suicide, why is she back on stage so instantly? And then taken to this concert that y'all are at with her, where R. Kelly allegedly gave her some black panties, excluding the fact that he was giving out black panties as his promotion to everybody. So that doesn't necessarily mean she met him personally that night. Because one would wonder, if that were the case, why wouldn't you mention working with him or anything like that in any of your future tweets? That would be something exciting, right? I'm working with R. Kelly. But no mention of that. From April, May, even when she allegedly takes this trip to Chi-Town, you wouldn't mention, I'm going to work with R. Kelly. From Chi-Town, she's in Atlanta. Oh, because like the mother just said, Azriel researched R. Kelly. So maybe they researched R. Kelly. And that's where this whole thing kicked off. Just a thought.
Azriel, due to circumstances or whatever, we went to the concert, and she loves music. I mean, because of course that's her thing. She's musically inclined, any type of music, not just R&B. She's into classical. I mean, everything, different types of folk music and everything. So, she saw this as an opportunity because she had been trying to get on for so long. Like, she researched him and everything. Was like, "Ma, like, he is a musical genius," which I won't lie, I won't take that from him.
She saw this as an opportunity because she had been trying to get on for so long, as we saw, from 2011 to 2015. Okay.
However, you know what I mean? She just saw this as her opportunity, and no matter what, she wanted it. So, being a typical teenager, typical girl, she's like, was rebellious about what she wanted, and she thought this was her perfect opportunity, and she was not going to take no for an answer.
So instead of fighting it, you guys decided if we're here, if we make sure we're with her this whole time, everything's going to be okay.
Correct. We basically,
So even though your child just tried to commit suicide because she allegedly broke up with some boy, we ain't gonna take her to counseling like y'all trying to say she need now. She need counseling now after R. Kelly. She ain't need counseling when she tried to commit suicide. Make that make sense.
had decided that someone in the family would be present, during her travels, and for the most part. And so, because he did advise us that he, would definitely mentor her, and she would be a mentee, and so we were kind of okay with that. We didn't. I mean, honestly, me back looking at it when all that took place with what was going on prior years ago with him, and I never really was an R. Kelly fan like that, so I really never kept up with it. So to be honest, I didn't know much about it. I heard about it, and I asked him about it, and when I went and researched and Googled it, it wasn't much on there at that time. Now you can find oodles and tons of stuff, but it wasn't a lot of information about it. It was just that he was found not guilty. So what do you do with that information? You think, okay, maybe it was somebody just out for money. That's what we thought, but now we know that's definitely the furthest from the truth.
Right. Which you would have known.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Walk me through, the first couple of months with him. I know at first she was 17, but you guys were making sure you were with him. And what happens when she turns 18?
Okay, so basically, Azriel was 17. She had 3 months to go before she would turn 18. And school was getting ready to start. So he basically had advised us, like, okay, well, school's getting ready to start. I'm going.
Wait. Wait. So, you telling us that when you agreed to let Azriel go with R. Kelly, she had 3 months to go. Despite she met him in April, months and months before her birthday. Her birthday's in December. 3 months before that, that's September, right? That's when they wrote the letter giving their consent, right? But yet they want us to believe in May, when she took this trip, she was with R. Kelly as well.
Leg of my new tour, and unfortunately, it would be easier if she just go ahead and tour with me so she can see the whole ins and outs of how the music industry really works. How you have to get up and practice and still, find time to do a show, and you got to study, do all this stuff and make music. So he, basically kind of gave her an ultimatum, like, you're either going to go or you're not. That's what it was. And so she looked at us like, I want to do this. And originally, I was like, no, you can't do it. I don't.
He gave her an ultimatum, or he just let her know, either you want to go or you don't, and your parents are going to make it happen. But that is still, who going to let their child go unattended? You talking about you gave consent to somebody named Valerie. Did you research this person? How well did you know this person? Who does that?
Yeah, not if no one can't be there. No, that's not going to be, And so, she gave us ultimatums of what she would do, and, if she was not allowed to go. Of course, being a typical girl, it was other health issues, of course, as well, that took place. And in saying that, I would say Lifetime.
Being a typical girl, she had other health issues. Was she being evaluated for those health issues?
Left a lot of that information out, which was pertinent information to the story. But however, they kind of gave us an ultimatum. We know in 3 months she would be 18. So with that being said, we let her go. We agreed to it, but she needed to finish school. So she goes on. We're contacting her. There's no problem, no issues. Like, we calling her, we're able to get on the phone and everything. It seemed like literally a nightmare out of Elm Street, because literally soon as she turned 18, it was like communication started dying and dwindling. Not that we lost complete contact, but we started gradually losing contact.
Not that we lost complete contact.
Phone calls were like in between. We couldn't get her right away. We had to call him and things of that nature. But she's still doing her schoolwork. She would return our call, but it may be like a day or so later, a few days later, maybe a week. It started getting like that. But then we started getting information from other people saying, hey, this is what's going on. They're contacting us via social media or whatever, and they're anonymous, but they're not really saying this is specifically going on, but hey, you may want to look into this, because this is, there may be something here, or it may be something there. So
hold up, let's pause. She said anonymous people from social media were contacting them, right? That's true. An alleged employee reached out to the sister. Let's go to that message. And here's that message, as we see, to her sister. And it's dated in January, well before this graduation. Why did Angelo and Alice allow Az to quit school and move in with R. Kelly? He has turned her into a sex slave and has her sleeping with other girls and everything. You all need to bring her back home, according to the employee. Well, who is this, and how do you know this? If you feel this is why show us proof? Help us save her, bring her home. She didn't quit school. May I ask who you are and how you know this? They replied, okay, ask her how many songs she's recorded since she's been with him. Ask her if she's having sex with other females. Tell Angelo and Alice to go check on her unannounced. Call her right now if he's around. She will not be able to answer the phone. Now it's mighty strange this 97 baby girl page emerged and starts posting these cryptic messages. And even though they say they weren't told specifics, we just saw the message that was sent to the sister. And even still, after January, her graduation occurred, and there's photos of R. Kelly at this graduation. And you got this so-called friend of Azriel saying, "Congrats to R. Kelly, girlfriend, and my best friend, Azriel Clary. We are finally graduating high school." Now, according to this story, it was "Where is Azriel Clary?" According to this story, June 18, 2016, 17-year-old Azriel Clary. Hold up. She was not 17. June 2016. She was 18 in June 2016. Let's get that straight.
Hey, this is what's going on. They're contacting us via social media or whatever, and they're anonymous, but they're not really saying this is specifically going on. But hey, you may want to look into this because this is, there may be something here, or it may be something there. So
But it was too late at that point.
at that point, it was too late. She was 18.
Wow. And now, what do you hear are the conditions that she's going through and all these girls?
Well, we've talked to a lot of the girls that have left, even some recent girls that have been there and just recently left. We've talked to them. Some of the previous victims, of course, that was in the movie, we talked to them as well. We had inside contacts that we were talking to that were basically advising us. I mean, everybody's saying the same thing. I don't think everybody can lie about, you know what I mean? But basically, everyone is saying the same thing, that the girls are abused. They sometimes, when they get in trouble, they're not allowed to eat. You know what I mean? They can't leave the rooms. They're locked in rooms. They are sometimes made to stay on.
I want to know who them people is. She keeps saying everybody keeps saying, everybody always want to say everybody. I want some specific names. Because y'all got some real harsh allegations out here. Ain't no sense in hiding behind no everybody and he say, she say. Let's drop them names. Since y'all won't sit here and put up this front that it's all about justice, don't y'all want justice for everybody that was sitting around watching this so-called abuse? Hello?
On a tour bus for 3 days. You know what I mean? They're not able to go to the bathroom and bathe like they should. I mean, all kinds of stuff. They do not have their phones half the time. They can't get on any social media. They can't make phone calls.
Hold up. They can't get on no social media?
Okay, so this is for whoever thought they was doing something by posting my story on the shade room and screenshotting it. Okay, first of all, I've always had a fucking phone, so I don't get where people think, oh my gosh, she has a phone. Wow. No, I've always had a phone. Just because my parents put it out there that I don't have a phone, that's them. I don't talk to my parents. I'm not in communication with my parents, and I don't want to talk to my parents. I'm a grown-ass woman, 21, about to be 22. And if I don't want to talk to my parents, I don't have to talk to my parents. I don't have to talk to nobody in this fucking world if I don't want to. This is exactly why I don't post on social media, because people are going to say what they want. People are going to take whatever they want and turn it into whatever they want. But at the end of the day, let it be known that I am definitely in love with Robert fucking Kelly. R. Kelly. Yes, that is mine. Okay? And I could give a damn about what anybody say. I am so heated right now. For my parents saying, oh my god, I want you to be happy. I want my child to be happy. I'm happy with R. Kelly, so let me live my fucking life. Like, let me live my life. First of all, only reason why I was trying on stuff is because it's Justin's birthday, and we're out and we're celebrating for her. And, like, literally, even before Robert was locked up, we were gonna celebrate anyways.
Good in the front seat, back seat. I ain't running, he ain't gotta catch me. Pussy in his mouth, he gon' suck it like a pasty. Bounce on the drop on it, that know I'm nasty. He say I'm bugging like I'm all on Anthony. Pussy is the same. Hey. Hi. Boy, you know you need to come give me that game. You wanna keep on the best.
Have to hold their head down. They cannot address any man. Like, they can't look at any man. No men are supposed to look at them. It's all kinds of crazy stuff. It seems like it's a dictatorship. Like, this man runs every aspect of their life.
That's me. I mean, it's heartbreaking for you. I mean, I just can't imagine.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I've been going through it for 4 years, so I've kind of conditioned myself to kind of get past it now, because at first I used to break down and cry all the time. But I've had to learn how to kind of, like, you know, I mean, I done heard a story 1,000 different times from 1,000 different people 1,000 different ways. So,
Tell, what now? I mean, yeah, what do you do now?
well, a lot of the main thing was, we as parents, when we found out a lot of stuff that was going on, and we had information from out of the phones and from different friends and stuff that gave us information, that a lot of the stuff that had transpired when she was 17,
Hold up. How did you get access to anything in her phone? How did that occur?
we first went to the police. We did contact Polk County Police. We actually contacted the feds first, and it really was not much they could do. So they told us to contact our local agency. So we did. We contacted Polk County Police.
Why would they do anything?
At that time, it's nothing the feds or the police can do, because she's an adult. So y'all need to create this firestorm to create a public outcry. We need everybody to mute R. Kelly. We need everybody losing their goddamn mind talking about R. Kelly is sex trafficking and holding bitches hostages at the same damn time.
It basically said, and to be honest, was that she is now not a minor. She was a minor then, but now she's not. So she would have to come forward as a victim, and she has to do it. His parents could not press charges, or we couldn't file any charges against him because she was no longer a minor. Even with everything that we gave to them, and that we showed them, that we had in our possession, that had actually happened when she was 17, they said they couldn't use it.
So you showed the police all this alleged evidence you claim to have, and there's nothing they can do. But we supposed to believe all of a sudden, right the fuck now, y'all got all this evidence to nail this man in the coffin, while we keep watching y'all do this fuck shit, getting caught in your goddamn lies.
So with that being said, we then started reaching out to the other victims that were away from him, and we're like, listen, we need you guys to go to the police. We need you to do this. We need you to do that. And that's basically.
So the Clarys, along with the Savages, decided, we don't have a case. We need to get these past alleged victims who we never knew nothing about, we could never look up before. How did y'all come across these people?
Where a lot of, that came into place, but a lot of the victims kind of didn't want to talk to the authorities.
What is
So a lot of the victims didn't want to talk to the authorities. And because the Savages and the Clarys needed them to do so, they publicly outed them via social media and Tasha K, calling them enablers and etc. So of course, some of these so-called accusers would rather be victims than an enabler, right? And we'll touch on that in another video, but we'll stick to Azriel today.
I really, really do think the movie helped. I think the movie brought a lot of awareness to the situation. It opened a lot of people's eyes because now the facts are there. Like, you know what I mean? The stories are being told. It's not just one person coming out. It's a multiple of females and a multiple of people saying, yes, this is really going on. And it wasn't just people that were victims. It was people in the inside, you know, that worked. So I think the movie...
People in the inside that have been plotting and setting this man up for his downfall the whole time. People who have been extorting his money the whole time. People who rather see R. Kelly go down than get caught up in bank fraud, etc., etc. But let's go on back. Because as she said, Azriel searched him according to the parents, right? Now, considering her father's 100 and some odd charges he got on his fucking record, it's not surprising to see the sequence of events play out with Azriel and why so many have believed she has been part of this setup from the beginning. Now, I don't condone anything that I've seen over these last few months, but at the same time, if I was a hurt, scorned woman and found out some new information that made me feel like I wasn't as special as I once thought I was, and I want to get some revenge, and I got all the people that supposedly support the man that I've been with publicly bashing me online, would I continue to hold my peace? Or would I take advantage of a situation in which I feel the person is going to lose in? Now, according to her, she said Azriel has researched R. Kelly. And as I showed you in the beginning of this video, somebody went back to that Facebook page that posted some very alarming things before Azriel linked up with R. Kelly. As you can see on this post in particular, August 30th, before she went to be or to tour with R. Kelly, she allegedly posted, "Behind the music, he is a monster," in August. And we supposed to believe this same person is going to be so willing to declare she's going to commit suicide if they don't let her go be with this person in September. How does that make sense? She posts in August, "The man behind the music is a monster," then want to tell us she wanted to go tour with him in September. Then the parents won't come tell us they ain't know. But some of the so-called employees leaked messages showing that they were trying to tell them certain things were transpiring. And it sounded a little similar to Asante McGee, the alleged handler, enabler, turned victim. But let's go on. After that, in January 2016, this employee reach out to the parents, tell them this going on. Then, around the same time, somebody who had access to Azriel's Facebook post this long ass dissertation, which looks a little suspect. It says, "Hey Facebook friends and family, I just want to tell all the young ladies out there to always listen to your parents and never let someone talk you out your dream just to sit on the side and watch theirs blow up. I want to say sorry to my parents who stuck by me and my family. I thought I know better and I never meant to lie, but I was caught up with the blindness of someone else's success and fame." She was caught up with the blindness of somebody else's success and fame. So is it that person's fault that you come around them and you get all starstruck and you are more enamored by their lifestyle than creating your own? And instead of continuing to pursue your dreams, you say, fuck that. I'm going to just be on the sideline living life. Why work hard when everything can be handed to me? But back to the bullshit. I was born to be a star, and I was at the breaking point until I let my young mind think I was a woman, plural. This looked like some shit grown man or somebody done typed up. You can just tell the ignorance is all everywhere. She says, she says, "I was born to be a star, and I was at the breaking point until I let my young mind think I was a woman that been through some things in life. Girl, I was wrong. So please take the time to read this and not just hit the like button, because this is not a game. No young lady should ever break their parents' heart, especially their daddy. Daddy, I know you and mommy open up many doors and blow all types of money on me, and all I had to do was listen and walk with y'all. So for that, I'm sorry and can never find the right word. And I will get myself back on the right track and become what I was born to do. But for now, just pray for me and help me get back. I will be home sooner than later. If you can understand that I was young and still is young, that made a mistake, then send me some love. Mom and Dad, I love that no matter what I do or mistakes I make, I'm still your star." And then she has, "I'm sorry, Daddy." So we could just sit back and wait for this book to come out, because I already see the setup from here. This looked like the perfect storyline for a TV reality series and book deal. But she don't have social media, according to them. So who posted this? So let's get another perspective from an alleged employee. According to this employee, Robert met Azriel in Florida at one of his shows, as I pointed out a little earlier. The Funk Fest, April 18th, 2015. That's the date. They like to run away from these dates, but I like to be precise so I know what the fuck is going on. Azriel stated that her parents told her to tell Robert that she was 18. What I know for sure is she did tell him she was 18. According to this employee, Azriel, upon meeting him, told him she was 18. If you go to her social media before, and the last time she was active on her Twitter was 2015, before she was 18. She's declaring to be 18. So you can pretty much believe that she lied about her age. A similar story we keep hearing. I don't necessarily believe her parents told her to do so. The parents discussed the situation that took place at the hotel in Florida. It is true that Azriel was in a hotel room with Robert. It is also true that hotel security went to the room and spoke with Azriel and Robert, and that security checked her ID, apparently only the birth year. So if they see the birth year, 1997, is 2015, they're going to assume she was 18 instead of looking at the full birth date, which was dumb. Again, let's hold some people accountable, because let's give a little bit of benefit of the doubt. You do hire these people to protect you, and they're supposed to be checking these girls' ID. Do they not get any of the accountability if they check these IDs and they don't ensure these girls are of age? It says, Robert did not find out that she was 17 until he had already brought her back to Chicago. So after she was in Chicago, he finds out that she was 17 when they met. However, this says months after being with Robert, Azriel decided to come clean about her true age. Now, we already established that when she went and was signed over to consent to go with Robert, she was 3 months away from her birthday. So I would like another exact time. How many months exactly did she wait? Did she wait until she was 18 and tell him, oh, by the way, it's my 18th birthday coming up? Or what? So, according to these employees, after he found out, he should have sent her home. But if you go back, the age of consent in Florida is 17. So maybe he was under the impression that, hey, it's too late now. She's already here. She might as well stay. She's of age to consent to whatever she consents to. Although I wasn't present on the day Azriel's sister showed up, the story told on Lifetime was different. So it's funny, this employee has given a lot of testimony, and I believe that testimony has been shared via Lifetime, but it's secondhand information. It's this person saying what she's told. Every time you hear the parents talk, it's somebody told me. That's hearsay. That's not evidence. Just like this same person said that R. Kelly beat up Haley, which was false, as she told on Surviving R. Kelly that she pushed him, he grabbed her neck or whatever, and broke the necklace. Nothing about beating her up. Once it was established that Azriel would be in Chicago, she started a homeschool program through her Florida high school. I heard Azriel's parents say on TV that they made several trips to Chicago trying to see her. All I can say is if they did, I never saw that. Azriel began slacking on communication, particularly her mother, early in the game. She was almost always have an attitude with her mother over the phone, but seemed happier talking to her dad. There were times Robert would even get on the phone and talk to her dad. Fast forward, Azriel turned 18, and Robert threw her a small birthday party. That was the night that she met her other sisters, V and Dominique. V apparently never liked Azriel from the jump. A couple of months later, the parents started making a little noise to Azriel about things they were hearing about her and Robert. Alice wanted to come visit. One of Robert's staff booked her a flight and she flew to Chicago for 2 days. She spent that time in a hotel and around downtown Chicago with Azriel, but never saw or spoke to Robert. According to their story, when they went to visit, they checked her to see if she was all bruised up, like her sister claimed she was being abused. But what kind of shit is that? If I feel like my child was being abused so much to the extent that I got to get my ass on a flight, she's coming home with me. Or I'm just going to be there until she decides to leave. One of the two. While y'all keep coming at us talking about, would we do this with our child? Motherfucker, we got more sense than to leave our kids unsupervised. That sounds like neglect. Two months after the parents made their trip, the brother came, in which they have all this documented. I don't know how Azriel interpreted her mother's statement. You are a grown-ass woman, now go take care of your business. Maybe that's why she was distant from her parents. Because as we watched all this shit play out, we've pretty much discovered that Azriel did record music with R. Kelly. And somewhere along the line, the problem did not arise with Azriel dating R. Kelly. The problem arose when their plan was not going as they wanted it to. Maybe Azriel fell in love with R. Kelly for real. So she was torn on what to do. Either way, we see how it all ended and how it began. So you decide for yourself what you want to believe. Because I'm trying to wrap this video up, but as you can see, it's just so much. Now, at one point in time, months ago, November 28, 2019 to be exact, the sister made this post, which had R. Kelly fans at an uproar because they saw a dog in which they felt was R. Kelly's dog. But according to the sister, it's her dog. My thing is, we already know for a fact Azriel was visiting her family, contrary to what they want people to believe. So my thing is, if this was R. Kelly's dog, it just goes to show these people will lie about the smallest things. So who can take anything they say at face value? This man spending all his time talking about Team Truth and helping black kings and queens. Well, let me show you what his other daughter was going through while he's bullshitting with his lengthy police record. He should have been teaching his daughters how to act like young queens. When you act like a queen, you're treated like a queen. When you're acting like a thought, you're treated like such. And it's not abuse. It's what you allow. So according to his other daughter, under the same post, she says, the same day I got a car, no black eyes. Let me go to the beginning. Oops, I cropped it off. But either way, she was basically saying on this day last year, so November 28, 2018, she was in a fucked up position. She had no car, no money. She had to reach out to her father to cash out her $80 so she could spend dinner with her family. She's talking about how she was abused. She had a black eye and all. Where was Angelo when his daughter was being abused? Oh, was she not being abused by a rich celebrity? So it doesn't matter? We never heard that story. And if you go to the sisters' Instagram, while they're talking about this girl was missing, they were so worried. Looked like to me she had a care in the world. She was living her best life. You'll see countless photos of her dressed just like this. But they want to sit here and put this kings and queens Team Truth bullshit in the air. Love and Hip Hop, 2015. Came all the way to Miami so I can chase my dreams. Common link within this family. But as we see with the sister, obviously, the only dream she gonna be able to manifest is leeching off the clout from her sister. 2016. This was May 8, 2016. Your sister missing. June 1st, 2016. Baby girl did it proud. Big sister. That's the graduation. Following that, in September, way after that, we still not mentioning that. All the way to July 18th, 2017. She puts out a subliminal. Just know big sis got your back. But if you go down her profile, point out how many times you see Azriel being mentioned before 2017. Now that Azriel wants to be this new advocate, she's sharing Alizette Mayweather, one of the Mayweather twins, who was allegedly sending information to Tim Savage in the beginning. Now, by this point, it's pretty obvious the whole purpose in her re-emerging for social media. And now she keep throwing out there they need video editors. I wonder why. Maybe because Tweedledee and Tweedledum aren't too good with this video editing, as we can see from all the other bullshit that has gotten them caught up in their lies. To everyone saying I'm a clout chaser, please know I would have made it with or without Robert. Yet, you were content being with Robert. So whose fault is that, Azriel? I had drive, ambitions, and goals before Robert, and I have them after. He was not the first celebrity I had met. He was just the first to take advantage of me. I'm just smarter now. Allegedly. You know where they have another hole in their story? Well, according to them, Azriel tried to commit suicide over a boy. And that's why they went to that concert, right? In April 2015. But it's mighty funny I still see that she's dating her boyfriend as pictured behind her the same time, and even after months and months. So if she tried to commit suicide because this relationship ended, shouldn't they have told them to make sure to make that a public end? How are you still publicly going back and forth, publicly saying I love you, publicly displaying the dysfunction in the relationship that the parents obviously didn't pay no attention to? So to sit here and play these games and say Azriel needs counseling after R. Kelly, stop. Azriel needed counseling before R. Kelly. But guess what? She was too busy chasing a dream and never got that help. So it probably is a good thing she's getting counseling. But we all know the reason behind it. Wake up and see what's right in front of your face. It's kind of crazy that in May, actually from May to July, R. Kelly was touring. So, is it possible that when she took that trip to Chicago, she was not with R. Kelly? If you go to her social media, you will see she had other things going on. According to them, May 23rd, May 27th, she's traveling to Chicago. They have flight tickets, huh? But as we can see, during that time frame, this man was booked and busy. Now, this girl has spent the last 6 months trying to gain favor with R. Kelly fans, only to try to turn around and play the victim. But I don't know any victims that spend their time when they could be free clapping back at all their haters on social media, like we've seen Azriel do. Seem like to me she been setting herself up for a little minute now, whether we want to admit that or not. And just because we admit that, don't mean we got to sit here and bash her. Because at the end of the day, bashing her ain't going to make nothing better. But the point is, just peep game. The setup is real. And people will do anything for clout. Shout out to everybody supporting the channel. Make sure you like this if you haven't already. Share it. And you have yourself a great day. Because I just gave you a pretty good timeline as to what was going on with Azriel Clary. And even now, you can stop and go to her Twitter and look at the timeline yourself. Go to the boyfriend's timeline. These people have forgot. The internet forgets nothing. And somebody's always sitting around waiting to screenshot, screen record, and catch that ass in a lie. Just like that. Free R. Kelly.